And welcome back, everyone. After that awesome interview with Mind, coming up right now, we have an Evoland any percent run by HabKeineName. So take it away, Hab.
Well, hello there, dear BSG folk. I'm the nameless German guy, also known as HabKeineName, and I'm gladly here to bring today to you guys an Evoland run, which is actually a very nice story behind that, because me speedrunning Evoland and BSG have a history together, as Evoland was my very first speed game after I discovered it after a cruel run on a BSG event. Then Annual 2019, I went on site and did a co-commentary for Cruel for an Evoland run, and today we're going full circle, as today
Hello.
I'm the one running, and there he is also.
Yeah, sorry, I had to kind of wrap that up before I could join here. Chat, do let us know if, HabKeineName might need to turn me up or something. That might be a thing. I'm kind of jumping from place to place right now. Which
It's all fine. It's all fine. So yeah, first off, what you're seeing here right now is the Evoland Legendary Edition. We have multiple editions for the game. We have the Legendary Edition and the non-Legendary Edition. The Legendary is basically just... Why is my... Don't do this to me right now.
One more thing. Could you... So, one, I need to be turned up a little bit. Two, could you share the screen in Discord so I can see what you're doing?
I can and I will.
Perfect.
That's number one, and let's put you up to 125 and test. And I'm having some issues right now, because for some reason the game doesn't want to detect my... Give me a second, wasn't detect my controller. I'm restarting real quick and hoping that fixes it, but in worst case I have to do with mouse and keyboard, but shouldn't be too much of a problem. So let's just... Ah, he's taking my controller again. So sorry for that. So yeah, Legendary Edition is basically just the first and the second game together in one game with a few bug fixes. It is by now considered the faster version, as some areas have lower encounter rate, and also the movement is faster. So I'd say we start off with the run. Cruel will explain the first level as I concentrate on it.
I will, but can you reshare again since you closed the game?
Oh, right. All right, all right.
Yes, let's get into this.
We can do this. So yeah, the timer starts a little bit unsync, so once I press start, I'll start the countdown for 3 seconds as the game starts. The timer normally starts 2.7 seconds after pressing start. So I'm gonna press start and count you guys in. So our timer will start in 3, 2, 1, go.
So yeah, Evoland, interesting little game here. The way that Evoland works, Evoland is kind of like your generic RPG, except it's completely not a generic RPG. The way that it works is, instead of, when you pick up a chest, instead of getting a new item or some upgrade or a potion or whatever, instead you'll be upgrading the game around you. So, for example, he just picked up a chest which unlocked the monsters. There's a chest here that unlocks save points. There is a chest that unlocks, more graphical stuff, etc., etc. By the way, your cursor is on screen.
I just turned it off. Come on.
Okay. We're having a lot of small startup issues, but yeah, this. So the idea with this game is the chests, instead of upgrading your character, they'll upgrade the game around you, and that'll continuously unlock new things, which will make it possible to, move on to the next spot. Now, one thing that's crucially important, which is why you see HabKeineName being so super careful here, is he has yet to unlock more lives. So right now, a single hit means he just dies. That's it. Game over.
Yeah.
Which is also why he picked up the save point a little bit earlier.
Yeah, and especially with the bats around, it's kind of hard, because the bats have free movement, which I just only unlocked later. And they have a very wanky hitbox. So now we're on the overworld, and now we switch into Final Fantasy suddenly.
Yeah, so the game doesn't stick to a single type of game, or a single type of RPG. It'll jump between a bunch of different things, and here HabKeineName has to beat 4 different enemies in order to get enough money to buy the items he needs in a moment. And this is one of the RNG points that the run has.
Yeah, in best case scenario, there are multiple monsters, multiple possible encounters, and I'm getting just the worst RNG right here. There are encounters with 1 slime, there are encounters with 2 slimes, there are encounters with 3 slimes, and then there are some weird birds running around named Amooks. And the RNG, if I'm guessing correct, I'm gonna get a triple slime next, which I'm gonna flee from probably. Oh no, just 4 single slimes. So normally this would be definitely a reset already. Because you preferably want to have 2 or 3 encounters. And we're moving on now.
Yeah, you do see HabKeineName skip a bunch of chests. Many of them just have items that are not really necessary. The last one, for example, was town names. He skipped things like the story, because we don't really need to. That chest right there has some villagers, which we don't actually need to pick up, etc., etc.
Yeah, so the base story is just evil forces have appeared, and now we have to grow up, get armed, and go find our comrades to beat the evil that is threatening to destroy the world. All in all, the game is mainly a mashup slash reference to Final Fantasy, Legend of Zelda, bit of Diablo during the end game.
Some Dragon Quest. I mean, they do mention Dragon Quest in the credits, so...
Yeah. So we just bought the better equipment, so now the magic barrel that's gonna block the bridge to the right will disappear. Normally there is an NPC standing here blocking it and a barrel. We didn't unlock the NPC and the barrel disappears by getting the better equipment. So we now leave the town, get into a forced fight where someone's calling for help and there's a girl lying unconsciously on the ground. So let's go defend her.
Yeah, so this is always a fight against 3 scavens. They will always take a single hit each to kill. Fairly straightforward fight for the most of it. And this will also unlock us naming our character, or at least the second character, which is going to be named Kairos. That's the default name. And then right here we get to name our main character, which is going to be named Clink. They are obviously not references to other games.
Alright, now this is actually a good this is a bad encounter. We have many different encounters in this cave. We can have between 2 and 4 encounters in here. We unlock experience, which is also going to be nice. We hope to go through here with the least amount of damage possible, so we can just mash through the boss. Cobra is good because they have a high chance to die in 1 hit. If I get a second Cobra, I might even level up, allowing me to skip a cycle. And we're now gonna unveil the first glitch of the game, which is menu walk.
Yeah, so it might not have...
You explain. Feel free to explain.
It might not have looked... Wait, did your game just crash?
Nope. I'm just having the menu still open. That's the new thing.
Ah, okay. I was about to say, I don't recognize this.
Yeah.
Yeah, the idea is if you open the menu at the same time that some kind of trigger happens, so for example, just now he stepped on a button and then opened the menu, that allows you to move even while the cutscene is playing. And that can be very significant to skip a bunch of cutscenes, or at least be allowed to move during a lot of different cutscenes.
Yeah, we also have the other thing that if the opposite around happening, if the menu is open while a cutscene is supposed to end, we can move around with the menu open, which is what's happening right now. You probably haven't seen much, but I just entered the boss room and triggered the boss fight. The menu will stick there a little longer, because we will open a chest after this boss fight, which starts giving us some chest opening animations, which are about 5 seconds each. By just having the menu here and then closing it while we open the chest, we are allowed to just move during the chest opening animation, which will save us, as I said, about 5 seconds for the chest opening animation. Also, that we had some pretty decent damage rolls in here, but yeah, basically, this is Kefka's Ghost. He's a reference to Final Fantasy VI main villain Kefka, and as well as the tutorial boss, the Snail. When he turns blue, he basically creates a force field and a counter field. That means he will hit us for some serious damage once we hit him when he's blue. So we just wait till it's gone and we move out of the cave. So now the menu is a little bit cleaner. You might be able to see something, but let me open just this chest here with the life bars and we can see again.
So yeah, he just unlocked lives as well as the 3D mode. So now we're going to go into a completely different style of game again. We'll be swapping between different game styles a lot as the game progresses.
Yes. Basically, we're now just back into the Zelda universe. Another thing also is there are some more graphic modifications in this area that we could pick up for cleaner field, more colors, etc, etc. We're not gonna do that because this game was developed within 48 hours for the Ludum Care. I always forget, was it 2013 or 14? Doesn't really matter. Within 48 hours, so the game was, the idea, the programming all happened within 48 hours. And therefore the game is still kind of buggy at the end. Which is, for example, also with the menu walk. But also by not picking up some of the upgrades here, we allow us to skip a chest later. Because of, basically with the lower graphics, it's not really coded and it has a line of pixels where it doesn't have collision, where we can just walk straight through it. So welcome to the mine. This is like the biggest area of the game with the most things happening. We're gonna see a lot of blue screens here because menu open. We're gonna do a lot of menu walks here. And that's the good thing, basically, that everything that has cutscenes or anything is started with a pressure plate or the death of an enemy on. Right, no blue screen because we have the battle menu. I wonder what weapons we'll get along our journey. So we're moving on and doing another small thing that we found out. If we open this chest and move back to the entrance, we dupe the enemies, because this is a trap room with normally 3 bats in them. We dupe them to give 6 bats, and therefore once we kill all those 6 bats, the chest that will spawn in here will spawn twice for some reason. So we will open this chest twice and get 2 keys instead of just 1.
Oh, this is a new glitch. I didn't even know about this.
Yeah, Cruel has been absent of this game a little while ago, and we found a lot of new things. So recently, also just version differences, but I'll come to that later. I have a segment of the game where nothing really happens, where I already prepared some words with some shoutouts and explanations, where I'm gonna go more into detail with that. So yeah, a little maze, little here and there. We're gonna have the menu open again because we're gonna get 1 more key for the rest of this dungeon. That's gonna be up here, and then again it would have the lengthy chest opening animation again, but we'll just casually walk away with the key.
Yeah, so the timing of all of these menu walks, HabKeineName makes it look easy, but getting the timing down can be a little bit tricky sometimes. I definitely know that when I started learning this game, and that was before some of these tricks even existed. It definitely tended to be a little finicky, or feel a little finicky sometimes. So
yeah, it took a lot of practice. And oh, both skeletons up here. That's a rare sight. It took a lot of training, and I've also just been very recently grinding a lot for this game, as I'm currently in a war with a friend of mine. That is currently at the state that every few days we bop each other. So we're gonna skip a trap room here by just having the menu open. Also gonna do a little moonwalk before opening a chest here and coming to the most annoying enemy in the game. This is the Armored Octorok. He can't take damage, but there luckily is a pole down there if he would just kindly move towards it. This guy's always annoying to deal with. So yeah, we're picking up this chest, we're taking the treasure plates. It doesn't really matter in which order you do the first, it will always spawn skeletons, the second always unlock the door. And wind tunnels. And another thing of the menus, you're invincible. When you open the menu, you're immune to everything. Projectiles will still keep flying, enemies will still keep moving a little. But you're just immune to damage, immune to knockback, immune to everything, as long as you have the menu open.
yeah, and that's one of the beauties of these menus. You can just do so much without really having to worry. Even casually, I found out that, you know, the menu wouldn't damage me, and it makes so many of the fights that you have to do in the game so much easier.
Yeah, trapdoors! So yeah, we just skipped another trap room with the second key in them, and yeah, we're nearly out of this dungeon already, and... Controller? What are you doing? What are you doing? Ah! Okay, let's just continue on our hard. It's not like damage would matter here. Then again, we do have another trap room coming up. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah, you're gonna have to be a little careful though, otherwise you might die.
It's gonna be fine. I've done this so many times recently. The mages could be a little bit annoying, but I found a trick actually. So we found a boss door key, and the trick with the mages is if you actually frame perfectly hit them as they spawn, they instantly die. They for some reason take 2 damage. So let's try it. Oh.
Well, that's a thing.
Yes. That is not exactly great. And no save points. Well, doing the whole dance would be a stretch, so let's just go straight to the boss. So yeah, this game has a pretty weird timing for autosave, allowing us to skip that trap room over there, where else we would have had to kill everything in there.
Yeah, so the thing with this game is, as soon as you get the key, the boss door will stay there, even if you die. So what HabKeineName did is he actually took all of that damage on purpose and then died there, so that we could just immediately go to the final boss of the dungeon without having to clear out that entire monster room.
Yeah, and speaking of final boss, welcome to one of the 2 most annoying fights in this game. Welcome to Dark Clink. He has 3 moves. He can spawn fireballs, he can dash at the wall and be only damaged after that, or he can spawn bats.
Yeah, so for 100%, this fight's actually even worse because you have to do it damageless because there's an achievement if you do this.
Yeah, but then again, as you can see, the menus are protecting us from most things. I could have dodged the other things, but I found out that there is a certain angle at the wall where he still will take the damage, where he still will crash against the wall. And now we come up to actually one of the harder skip in the games for now. This is the chest skip, which I said before, due to the lower graphics, the chest isn't really programmed here, so let me try to line this up.
You have to do this with the menu
and
open.
I messed it. I sadly messed it up. Yeah, no, by now we do it with the menu open. I'm sad I messed it up. Guess I'll have,
in the old version of this run, you would actually do this with the menu closed, so it was easier to line up. But yeah, there's a single line of pixels that you can use to walk through that chest, and when you do, well, that chest basically has all of the random encounters in the overworld in it.
Actually,
So
I haven't practiced the chest skip without the menu, so I'm just gonna do something real quick to get the menu back. It's been a while that I've done it without the menu, but it's fine, it's fine. We can just re-trigger the fight here, as Krill mentioned, for one of the achievements. You have to beat this fight damageless, therefore there's a refight mode that I can just use to quickly grab the menu open here again. And yeah, the menu open was only discovered recently, and can I please get the right lineup this time? There we go. Just walking straight through that. By the way, if anyone wonders what that chest is, it's 3D random encounters. So we won't have any random encounters here, even though we should. And welcome to Ogai, where we also gonna do some messing around with menus. Gonna just head... This is also a new one.
Yeah, sorry.
This is also one of the newer findings, that we can just go here, talk to the person over there, and just wait a moment. So this is Zid. This is Karis's uncle, and he tells us about our fate. That we have to save the world, and that we will need to find 2 amulet pieces to access the hideout of the evil guys. And we're just waiting for Karis to leave the screen right now to not softlock the game. And then we're gonna head to one of the wankiest skips of the game, which is Bomb Skip. So basically we got told right now that we need to go to the Sacred Grove, retrieve the first amulet half, but it's sadly blocked off, so we're looking for bombs. And he tells us there's an old soldier here with the name of Garen that might have some bombs, but he says he doesn't, but the nurse knows our way around. And now we're gonna do a little glitch with this other guy. He's a card player. There's a card minigame, and if you don't have the cards to play with him, the box where he declines you actually is bugged and allows you to run around. Also backdoor entrance. Very easy trick. All you need really for it is a controller. So what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna run around with the story dialogue from person to person, talk to person from person to person, and then suddenly when it all works out, and if I don't mess up, I'm gonna get teleported around the city a bit. which is gonna save us just a little walk of having to go all across the city once more. So we have to talk to the guard.
Since we're walking around now might be a good moment for Kinnan to say some stuff.
I was about to ask. So we have a €5 donation from Nandi saying, "Hello, it's your favorite turtle here. Have fun this week and let's break 10k. I'll be lurking around just to make sure Chimchar will be named Turtwig." And his €5 did indeed go to naming the Chimchar Turtwig, which is currently the only donation towards that goal. So if you want to make sure that Chimchar is not called Turtwig, be sure to donate for that.
So we just got teleported back to the well, where normally we were supposed to talk to a little kid who had actually the bombs. Also, I just love every single time I'm in here and just have the streak of now loading screens. Remember those old times when games actually had to load every single screen transition? Good times. Wrong button. Right, bombs. They deal damage when they explode, even to us, but luckily the menu protects us again and they just go off anyways. So...
The thing with this particular area is, the idea is that you travel in time between old graphics and new graphics. In old graphics, you can pass the tiny little trees, but you cannot pass the black tiles. And in new graphics, the 3D graphics, you can pass the tiles, but you can't pass the trees.
Also, the old graphics are basically the past, and the 3D are the present now. And the idea is that we burn down small trees that block our path in the past, so they never grow big enough to be... Oh, come on, really. I saw it coming, but I still hoped it wouldn't. Ladies and gentlemen, bats in this game. Everyone hates them, especially in this area. So yeah, to burn the trees so they never are here in the 3D area, so we can pass through them in the 3D areas. In order to burn them, we of course need some fire and perhaps an arrow. Because what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to go to the past, shoot some arrows through a fireplace onto those small trees. That's not what we do though, because we can just do this and delay by just walking the screen transition. So we don't have to do that. The next one we're gonna do a little actually intentional thing to blow up here. This is not intentional for this place, but for other parts of the game, that you can just take those crystals with a bomb to get into areas where you're not supposed to get. Or where you're supposed to get only with this tactic. We just use it to skip a small puzzle and go into the last segment of the forest, where we have another puzzle where we have to light 2 fire pits in order to make a statue disappear. This statue there, to be precise. Just make sure I kill everything, because enemies here can be very annoying for the next thing we're doing.
Yeah, so this statue also is a little bit bugged. The way that the hitboxes are, and you'll see that in a moment, might not be entirely how they meant it to be, so we can kind of skip most of this puzzle anyway.
Yeah, basically we're just doing the second part of the puzzle to light the bottom pit. But there actually is like a few frames where if you shoot an arrow over them, it will go over the fire pit, light the arrow, past the statue, and just light the second one like this. And off to one of the most annoying rooms of the game, which we do have a nice tactic for, but it still can end up very annoying. So first off, we've seen skeletons before. We're gonna use the bow, because bows one-shot skeletons, as everyone knows. To get the skeletons... Oh, come on. Mages being annoying as always, to get the skeletons out of the way, and then we're gonna switch to the bomb, because you see those mages, they teleport away, but if we place a bomb, go into the menu, even if they're teleported away, their hitbox stays on that exact spot, and so the bombs just kill them. We're gonna go to right, open the chest while we wait for the door to open, and get out of here. And that's the first amulet health. Next we're gonna go to the ruins of Sarutnak, which is the Diablo 3 area. where we're gonna do another nice little bug that allows that we used for the bomb skip. We're gonna use the loose text box again, but this time we're gonna use it on use it to get a free full heal and a free save mid-dungeon. And also, since there's nothing much actually to talk in this area, I scheduled my shoutouts for this section. So first shoutout I definitely want to give to Zatura. Zatura is a very talented runner of this game who just showed up one day, was here with route improvements, and then suddenly was the first person to beat the sub 31 barrier and also the sub 30 barrier as the only person to date still. He's done a lot for us in this game, and we're very proud. And the second shoutout I want to go is to Jimbo UK, who is the rival I was talking about earlier. It's a nice teacher and student story, as I taught him the run via Discord call, as there sadly still aren't too many notes or guides for this game out. I taught him via Discord call, and after like a week he started bopping me, and since then it's actually been a hard war that every few days he bops me by a few seconds, I bop him by like half a minute, and he bops me again by a few seconds. And that went on for ages by now. Use the heal here and get the increased health bar.
So you want to basically use that heal just before you get, or at least around the moment that you get that that increased health bar. Like initially you go in, you just have your 3 hearts. Each consists of 4 quarters, so you can take, well, on the 12th hit you're dead. With that increased health bar, he can now take a lot more damage before it really becomes an issue. Additionally, he now gets this, the chance to just save the game at really any point that he would want to. The only thing that he needs to keep an eye out for is if you save too close to the wall and you were to die, you could actually potentially soft lock yourself inside the wall.
Yeah, but actually we found another way to use the save now, so I'm gonna save it up. Because it's actually because this save will allow us to start the boss fight early. Like the final boss of this dungeon, when we will show up after we open the chest, will then hold a little monologue, and after the monologue, the fight starts. English. Basically, what we're gonna do. Oh no, don't like this. This ain't great. Making my way through. What we want to do is we save the game just after we close the box, and then basically do an animation cancel with that, starting the fight immediately, and the dialogue shows up later. Also, this boss is very dangerous as he deals a ton of damage, especially with that attack. Luckily, his fireballs aren't grave-proof, so we just get him on the other side of a grave. And then why we took Karis at the start is a very easy reason. One of the chests that I picked up early was combo, and both characters do get a combo, but for some reason Karis' magic combo is coded a little weird. So as you can see, every third hit hits twice. So basically every time you see a number between 200 and 300 here, that was only supposed to be one time there. And it would only be one time there if we use it with Clink, as he has only the sword combo, but I mean, we just deal double damage, and so we gladly take that as speedrunners. So now we defeated the boss, we're gonna go up here, grab the second amulet health, and then we're nearly already at the end. Closing the text box to skip the animation again, grabbing the next, and we get a town portal back to city. So in the city we're gonna buy a few potions first, because the next fight is rough. Whoops. And then we're gonna do another loose text box for some weird shenanigans in a second again. So we gotta now have both amulet halves, so we can go to the second to last boss and finally meet up with the ultimate evil in the Black Citadel. But
yeah, so in a moment we're gonna be coming up on the first time we fight the final boss. Now this isn't actually the final fight, but it is the first time that we get to see him. Time for us to meet Zephyros.
Also, yeah, as I've seen, I opened the menu, then closed the text box by progressing dialogue, and then, yeah, just went in here. We're gonna have the menu open for a little while to allow us to walk through a cutscene again, and the Zephyros fight. Basically, it is a scripted death that he triggers after getting 200 damage. So we want to basically counter damage, heal when it's needed, and hope that we get very high rolls on our side, very low rolls from him, so that we need to heal very few times. And so far, the rolls aren't looking too amazing. That's gonna be fine because I bought potions on bulk. So yeah, this fight, nothing really much to say right now, so Kinnan, if you have something, you have a little while till he starts using a special attack.
Awesome. I would like to remind everyone that we are the Benelux Speedrunner Gathering, and we organize bi-monthly gatherings in the Benelux for speedrunners. Due to the situation surrounding COVID, we're currently doing our events online for the time being. This event features streamers from both the Benelux and the rest of the world, bringing you entertainment during the lockdown. If you'd like to participate in an event similar to BSG, we highly recommend checking out UKSG. UKSG is an event normally held in Glasgow, running 4 times a year supporting Crisis. Currently, they are also doing their events online for the time being.
Alright, thank you for that, and he's still not... Okay, this fight is very bad. I mean, okay, the rolls were also... So yeah, after 200 damage, he will now go into the face and is like, okay, I had enough of you, stop playing, I'm gonna finish it, and he's gonna charge up a Kame. Kame? How could that be? That is weird. Why would he Kame?
Yeah,
and we're dead.
At this point, we all know what that's gonna be.
So yeah, actually, you can survive this if you're leveled up to high enough, but to be honest, I'm not sure if you can actually beat him without the script death. I've tried a few times, but I've never done. So we say we fight till our last breath, and he says so be it, and now Sephiroth killed Karis. Who could have seen that one coming? So now we have a very long and emotional and in-depth death, and it's gone. It's gone. A very long and emotional death sequence, yes. That awakens our powers and we'll be able to summon the beast itself, the Lord of the Dragons, Babamoot. Never heard a name similar or a dragon looking that similar, so no idea where that could be from. So yeah, Karis now actually is permadeath. Bahamut will deal all his remaining life points in damage. Then he will run away. And we're gonna head back into the city. So he said he's gonna flee to the mana tree. And yeah, we now want to go back to the village with that menu open, trying to make our way through. Backdoor entrance again, and we want to go talk to Zid again, tell him that his granddaughter, or niece, or whatever she actually was again, I'm not even 100% sure right now, is dead. And he tells us the mana tree can't be reached on foot, so he's gonna give us our his airship. But before that, every single town person is gonna come here with a long talk of, oh, we believe in you, we're all doomed. Their mixed feelings. But due to the menu, we just walk out right as we match through the dialogue to stand exactly on the airship already when it spawns. And yeah, with that already, we're closing in very close to the final fight.
Yeah, so the way that this final fight is going to work is basically it's a 3-part fight. In phase 1, you will have to deal with the hands of Sephiroth, because he's going to get this like giant armor around him in a moment. In the second phase, we deal with the armor itself, and then on the third phase, we have to deal with just Sephiroth in his normal form. The way that we do that is the hands we need to hit on the eyes, each taking, I believe, 10 hits.
And start. So yeah.
And then the armor, I want to say 4 hits, and then 4 hits on Sephiroth, or something like that.
Yeah. Alright, I will need a triple here. Alright, there we go. That's the first hand. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, 3 hits on our thing. 1, 2. That's 5. 1, 2, 3. That's 8.
If your timing is good.
It's not even hard anymore. So yeah, now he's gonna fire blast us. And after a few fire blasts, he's gonna stop. We hit an eye, a ball comes out, and that's actually very good. That's 2. Let's see if we can get a 2 cycle. This could be hard. Let's go, 2 cycle. Alright. And we're coming up to the final phase. It's gonna take 4 hits. We're gonna play a little bit of ping pong with him. It's gonna take 4 hits. After the 4th hit, he'll move to the middle, have a few text boxes, and after those text boxes, it's time. So let's hope he's gonna be gentle and spam us with blue balls. That's the first one already. There comes the second right away. Of course, I'm for once getting good, extremely good start of the fight. When I'm not hunting for PBs being here, that's the third one. One more hit and we're done. You want to make sure that they fly in a straight line, as if they fly too curvy, they'll actually just miss him. And there we go, last hit.
Time's coming up.
Text box and time. And I actually golded that end fight.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. That was a really good final boss.
It really was. The final phase really was gentle. Makes me a little sad again because this is 2 minutes behind PB, but whatever. It was a good fight.
It's a really good run all the time.
Yeah, I'm actually fairly happy with the run. So yeah, do I have anything left to say? If you're interested in the game, I sadly have to say it's not the easiest to get into, as we don't really have any precise guides or anything yet. But we do have a Discord server for now, for starters, where everyone will gladly help you out. I think it should be linked to speedrun.com. If not, I'm gonna ask staff to post a link and chat maybe a little later. Yeah, with that, I'm happy to be here. I have been happy to be here. And I find it amazing how much money we already raised, considering how shortly, or how short the marathon has been so far. So keep it up, guys. It's going to a great cause, but just maybe keeping it on the line and maybe making a little promotion already. Don't spend all your money just yet. Maybe keep some in the backhand in case some very good incentives show up in the end of the marathon. Like, I don't know, for Final Fantasy X-2, a cutscene incentive on Saturday, ran by some random German dude without a name. Who knows that guy anyways? So yeah, that's it for me. I want to say again, thanks for Cruel for stepping in the commentary. It's probably been fun for him as well, as he hasn't seen or ran this in a while either.
Thank you for having me. Everybody in chat, go follow HabKeineName. He does this game a lot more than I do, that's for sure. And yeah, I think we're good, right?
Yeah, I don't have anything else, so thanks everyone for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of the marathon. We have some amazing runs coming up today still. Personally, I have to say, I'm really excited for the Hello Kitty roller rescue race. It's a big mean, and I'm already gonna T-post to show dominance. So yeah, have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.
So yeah, thank you very much for that run, Hap. Coming up next, we have a Cypher running Avatar The Last Airbender into the Inferno, and I will be handing it over to Janglestorm, who will be doing the hosting for the next couple of runs. Thank you very much for watching.